think the broadcast has started. Yes, it has started. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you like Mungo Jerry. I really like this song. Have you seen this video? Kind of incredible. So I'm probably gonna try to play this video sometime. All right. Week 4 of Storytelling Summer School is in session. And I'm really excited to be talking to you today about 10 specific ways you can use digital storytelling in your online fundraising campaigns, or really just anywhere that you want to use digital storytelling with examples. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm feeling so much better today. Thank you everybody who wrote to me and tweeted me to feel better. It turned out I had pneumonia last week when I was talking to all of you and had a fever of like 104, but I'm better now. Antibiotics are amazing. Probiotics are amazing. It's all amazing. So I am feeling like a new person, and I'm really excited to be talking to you today about this topic. I hope that if you're watching the replay, you'll leave a comment. I'd love to know where everyone's watching from, who you are. Maybe you are a longtime watcher, longtime listener, like they say on the radio. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you've never watched me do a Facebook Live training before. Either way, say hi, say where you're watching from. Maybe tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do. So I will keep an eye on the comments. I've got my 2 screens here. I've got my slideshow. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So without further ado, let's get started because I don't want this to be too long. It's a beautiful day out there in sunny north of Boston, I should say. And I don't know where you are watching in the world, but I hope that it's really nice where you are. So if you don't know what Storytelling Summer School is, really quickly, it's a series of 6 weekly Facebook Live videos. They are all archived on my Facebook page where this one is, and they're also on my YouTube channel. I also incorporate downloads and checklists, and if you are a student, you get an email with the download automatically included, so you don't have to enter your email again. If you're not a student yet, you can still get the download, and I'll give you the link later on. You also get invited to the private Facebook group for social media storytellers and nonprofit rock stars. And today in the group, we actually are talking about the Facebook donate button. We're talking about how to overcome some bad decisions maybe made at your nonprofit. We're talking about storytelling, training storytellers at your organization. So make sure you come by to the private Facebook group. You can also get these slides on my website. They should be up maybe around 12:30. I think I have them slated to go up. And I will put all the links in the comments section. So if you're watching the replay, just know that. But yeah, if you want the slides, I'm going to write it right here. JC Social Marketing blog. There we go. Some upcoming lessons. So we already did week 1. We did week 2, week 3. We've covered a lot of ground. We have covered more ground than I anticipated in the beginning. Each of these trainings are over 30 minutes and with slides, and they're pretty chock full of some of my best stuff. So if you missed a week, make sure you check it out in the archives. Week 4, we're talking about this week. Next week is a not to miss one. We're going to go through a digital storytelling calendar. And then week 6, I go through some tools to rock your digital storytelling. So it's brought to you by my book, Storytelling in the Digital Age, where I go much more in depth into all of these concepts in the book. If you want to check it out, then please go to this link. If you have read it or you have a copy, thank you. I'd love a review on Amazon. Totally honest review is completely cool too. So yeah, just let me know. Check it out. This is where your download is for the week. If you did not receive your Storytelling Summer School emails, keep an eye on your inbox. But otherwise, you can just go to this link, quickly enter your name and email, and it will go right to your inbox. It's all about creating great online content. It's a 6-question worksheet to really help you get those creative juices flowing and make some awesome online content that your audience is going to love, right? So just a quick review of what we've done so far, because we have done a lot so far. I can't even believe that it's week 4 since we started this. It's pretty incredible. So these are the activities from the previous weeks, just to review. You wrote down your 5 types of stories to collect. You crafted the stories in a way that will take people from passive to passionate. There are 4 steps to do that, and we go through that in week 2. And we tackled some common digital storytelling challenges, and I provided some of my solutions, and I got some great feedback from that. And if you have another additional challenge that I didn't cover, please feel free to email me, let us know in the Facebook group, and we will get that addressed. Because you can't have a digital storytelling workshop without addressing some of those common challenges, because I just don't want you to say right off the bat, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of this. I really want you to take a look at the challenges that you might be facing, take a look at some of the obstacles in your path, and then let's figure out together how to knock it down, right? Okay. So when we talk about digital storytelling, or we talk about marketing in general, and I'm even going to go as far as to say talking about fundraising, you can't please everybody. You really cannot please everybody. And it's really funny that this was my quote for the day, because if you're in the Facebook group, I put up a blog post that Seth Godin sent me today. He honestly reads my mind. I don't know how he does it. Once in a while, I would say once a week, he sends a blog post that is literally exactly what I need to hear, exactly what I need to read and hear, and something that I can always convey to my clients. It's really cool. So go to the Facebook group or just go to his blogs. I think it's sethgodin.com, and read about the audience of one and why it's so important to find your tribe. And actually, I have a couple of his books. Oh, I think I put them in my room. But anyway, Tribes by Seth Godin. Amazing. All right. So key points for today. Let's see. Oh, and I just want to say hi, Terry. Gorgeous down the Jersey Shore. Attending via my patio office. Amazing. That's so awesome. Thanks. Welcome, Terry. It's so nice to be able to work remotely, isn't it? All right, we'll keep this short. You've got Jersey Shore things to do. I bet it's warmer down there than it is here. Okay, we know this. Visuals are vital. We know this. Okay, we know this. But all of the examples I'm going to show you are visual. Videos are vital also. And we talk a lot about this. Authentic stories, real people, real situations. I don't say this to make you upset or to create more work for you. It's science. It's just what works. Think about the type of content you like best and that you consume. Focus on getting your message across in an effective way and knocking down barriers to getting that donation. Since we're talking today about digital storytelling in your online fundraising campaign, it's all going to be about getting that message across, eliciting an emotion, knocking down barriers. What obstacles do people have? So we're going to just jump right in. So number 1, video, authentic video. This is a professionally produced video from the Greater Boston Food Bank. It's incredible. I highly suggest you go to the Greater Boston Food Bank's Facebook page. Oh, sorry. You're right. Thanks, Anne. I'm still getting used to Be Live TV, so thank you for writing that comment that you couldn't see me. And you probably couldn't see half the slide with that on there. Okay, so, and now my phone is ringing because I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. But, so that's live video for you. The Greater Boston Food Bank, I cannot talk more highly about their social media strategy of late. But what I really liked about this particular post is that they put a little bit of a quote. So they didn't just write, watch this video and make a donation, because it's not very compelling. Okay. There's 10,000 different posts online right now that say, watch this video. And you've got to give me a reason to watch it. Really, you do. You have to really be creative. So it's not so much how you fall, it's how you get back up. Dan, a chef in Gloucester, had to quit his job. What I also like about this post is that it doesn't necessarily tell you to make a donation. So I probably would edit it to say something like to help families like Dan's learn more about how you can help families like Dan's at our website, and then direct people to the donation page. But what they really want to do is they want people to watch this video to connect with Dan, to make that emotional connection. And then they have a call to action at the end of the story to donate to the fundraising campaign. So that's really probably the most effective way to use digital storytelling is the number one. All right, number two, colorful, eye-catching photos and action shots, like your programs in action. Women for Women International, I know they're a big, big national nonprofit, but they really do a fantastic job in terms of catching my attention, especially on Instagram, and writing these amazing captions. So on Instagram, you really don't have a lot of space. You can write really long captions on Instagram, but people don't really go there for that. They go there for the imagery. And 2 to 3 sentences on Instagram tends to be ideal. What I really like is, read his story and learn more. So unfortunately, as you know, links cannot be clicked on Instagram. You could cut and paste this link. You could go to the bio for more. Links are not the most effective way to do this, but when you're doing online fundraising, getting this colorful action shot of your service, your program in action, or maybe behind the scenes, volunteers packing up lunches, or, donors at a gala. That has to be a really good photo though, because sometimes those donor gala photos, oh man, they can be very boring, especially if I don't know who these people are. Why do I care about them? So looking at, this is really a story about a staff member, Abdoulaye Touré. He's the Republic of Congo's country director, a little bit about his story. He made it his lifelong goal to work toward achieving both. So you sort of feel that connection with someone that works at the organization. You get a little bit of a behind the scenes glimpse. You get a little bit of a personal story, and then the call to action, read his story and learn more. That's challenging to do on Instagram, like I said, but this post could easily be cut and pasted for Facebook, could easily be edited down and put on Twitter. It could be put on LinkedIn. It could be put on Tumblr. It could be put on a lot of different sites. So just, I really like the way that they talked a little bit about, a staff member gave it his story. Same with Life is Good. So showing the behind the scenes, showing what really matters to your organization through your storytelling. Bert and John's mom, Joan, was the powerful optimist right to the end. So they also assume that you know who Bert and John are. They're the founders of Life is Good. So you probably figured that out, even if you didn't know who they were. Just a testimonial to someone or something that has impacted your life. Giving a special award to somebody in their honor. And what I love is, share your mom's story. #GrowTheGood. So they're not specifically fundraising, but I could see throwing in, share your mom's story on our Facebook page. And then while people are on the Facebook page, you could say, learn more about how to make a difference in your mother's name or something like that. Honor your mother with a gift to the Life is Good Foundation. Just connecting it to the story. And this story was obviously posted on Mother's Day or around Mother's Day. People are thinking about Mother's Day, talking about Mother's Day, and it just absolutely made sense. Joan was love. So you go to their website, you figure out how to join the campaign, you figure out how to get more involved, and also this great visual with the heart mom. So you kind of immediately know what it's about. That's what I like the best about this visual. You could easily upload this picture to Canva or WordSwag, the WordSwag mobile app, and just put a word on it. And it just makes it adds something to it where I immediately kind of get the feeling about what they're talking about, and I know a little bit about what the story is about. So how can you use visuals in that way to convey that meaning and convey a little bit about the story before I even read the caption? That's really effective, because as we all know, we live in an attention economy. 2 seconds attention and we're gone, and we're on to the next. Heart Center, Boston Children's. This is a sponsored post, which I really love. They sponsor a lot of their really popular and best posts. And you would think, oh, well, they're not going to, they're not asking directly. They're not saying donate now, but they're sending you to their website. So they're building their email list. They're building their website traffic. If they're smart, they have that Facebook pixel on their website, so then they can retarget their ads. And we can definitely talk more about the Facebook pixel in later trainings. Very important, totally free. And then you can target ads to your website visitors and your blog readers. You can actually target Facebook ads. So if I click on this, I go to their website, I read more, I get even more involved, I'm even more inspired, and that's really when I'm going to make a donation. So what I love that the Heart Center and all of Boston Children's Hospital social media does is they never say donate to our campaign or join us as a member. They never say that in any of the posts. They share a great visual. They tell a wonderful story. This is an update. So giving updates on your clients, updates on the beneficiaries of your services are fantastic. If you had a great story from 6 months ago, you better give me an update on that person. I mean, I love seeing that. And the Denver Rescue Mission actually does that really well. And Rosie's Place in Boston does that really well, giving updates on the progress of people. So I love this. But clicking over to the website, read more. Share your own or your child's milestone with us here. In that language of encouraging community, it's not all about the hospital. It's not all about the Heart Center. It's about you. It's about creating a community of people sharing milestones, sharing their children's milestones. If someone goes to this blog and leaves their story there, how much easier is it going to be to get that person to make a donation than a person that has just kind of never seen you, never heard of you, a totally cold lead on Facebook? So growing that relationship using Facebook, especially strategically, to get people over to your website, to build that relationship, and then go in and ask for a donation. Always helpful. Any way you can get people to participate and send messages of encouragement, send messages of support, send messages of empowerment. Any way you can get people to participate and engage with your cause, they are going to be much more likely to give you money if they feel involved in a movement, if they feel involved in something bigger than themselves. So once again, this, people don't give to your organization, they give through your organization to a cause that they care about. So the Global Fund for Women, I love it. Ladies of Nepal, keep fighting the good fight. And they share a sample message of support. And then it says, join Melinda, send your own message of support to the resilient women of Nepal. Click the link in our bio. This is on Instagram. #StandWithNepal. So this is a whole campaign that they did to raise money for the, not just female survivors, but for all the survivors of the Nepal earthquake. But what they wanted to do is really create a movement of support for this group of people, awareness around this earthquake. And then once people share their message, get to their website, that's when they say, they have a pop-up actually on their website and they say, hey, do you want to support $10, $50, $100? So looking at your social media posts as a piece of a puzzle in a bigger storytelling campaign, that's always going to work better. Providing updates on your online fundraising campaign. So telling stories. Ambassador Alyssa, currently showing no evidence of disease, wanted to give you a round of applause for the amazing fundraising. How could you do this? You hit $1,000. Say you have a $10,000 online fundraising goal. You hit $2,000. You hit $3,000. Just having these quick little stories, even if it's a staff member, a volunteer, anyone that's involved with your cause. How can you tell a quick little story about that person and say, we're so excited we reached the $2,000 mark. Providing updates throughout your online fundraising campaign is absolutely vital. Because first of all, you really need an excuse to talk about your campaign because you're probably not going to reach your goal the first day unless you're really lucky. So you do need excuses to continually remind people about the campaign. this is a great excuse. It's like, hey, we reached a milestone. And by the way, we have a great story and we have a great photo to show you. Go to our website for more information. St. Baldrick's, they use bit.ly links to shorten links and make them a little bit easier to remember, easier to follow, and easier to track. So that's a free service. If you just go to bit.ly, you can easily do that for your own website. Okay. Cape Ann Animal Aid. You don't just have to have stories of people. Maybe you have some cats or dogs or animals or a bunny, rabbit outside your window, whatever you have in your office, tell their stories. What I also love about this particular post is that it's educational. So, we treated the shelter cats to a tray full of snow from outside. This stimulated their senses and really got their minds going. So for me, it's not just a picture of cute cats. It's thinking that that's really cool. And it tells me more about Cape Ann Animal Aid. They don't just provide food and shelter. They provide enrichment experiences. So it's a little bit of a story in a photo, in a caption. It's just really cool. I really like it. They could have added, to keep these enrichment programs going, consider making a one-time donation. I might have even added that. They might have gotten a few donations. You never know, especially if it's on Facebook, somewhere you can click a link, or Twitter. But I just really like the idea of showcasing something a little bit out of the box, something that you're not really known for, and using that to, create the connection with your audience. So that's on Instagram. All right, so we're moving right along. We're already at number 8. I told you this would be a short one. Oops, that's because last week was like 47 minutes. It's really, really long. So behind the scenes, we talked about behind the scenes. But I really like the visual imagery, the Brooklyn Museum. You don't have beautiful images like the Brooklyn Museum does, or like the Boston Ballet does, or, the Children's Museum. But I'm willing to bet you have some interesting story of volunteers, like I said, either packing lunches or stuffing envelopes, or even, your executive director cleaning out the coffee maker. Something, it has to be visually interesting, but some kind of glimpse into the inner workings of your organization. You have to get personal. And I included this. This is still very professional. I would even go beyond this, get a little more personal, show some humor, show your voice. Don't be afraid to be informal. Don't be afraid to be casual. People very much respond to that, especially on social media. We don't need everything to be overproduced and super professional and very stuffy. Certainly, we don't want that. So how can you invite people, into the kitchen and show them how the sausage is made, if you will? I really love this. And this is obviously an advertising for their exhibition. So if you have an event, always do a behind the scenes, maybe a little live video behind the scenes, interviewing the speaker, watching the caterer get set up, watching the bar get set up, however you can create excitement and anticipation around an event, around some kind of launch. That is a fantastic way to use your storytelling. Okay, number 9. I talk about this a lot in my free webinar that I do for Charity How To. I do a 45-minute webinar all about how to use Facebook's free fundraising tools to raise money for your organization. And one of the free fundraising tools is the ability to add a donate button to a Facebook Live. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. So if your organization is going live from your official nonprofit Facebook page, then you can add a donate button. This is if you have the donate button already. You have to set it up. You have to apply. You have to become a 501c3. Go to nonprofits.fb.com, and I will type that, and I will make sure to get rid of it. Nonprofits.fb.com. Go there, apply, prove that you're a nonprofit, show them your 501c3 letter, whatever you need to do. And after you do that, then you will have access to the donate button, but you do have to set it all up first. So if you're doing Facebook Live, you're raising money, the Humane Society for the United States does this all the time. Go back and look at some of their Facebook Lives. I'm trying to think of someone else who does that. I don't really know of organizations that actively use it on fundraisers. So that's one way to do it. You can do it through your official organization Facebook page, or you can do it through people that are fundraising for you. So they set up a Facebook fundraiser. It's just like setting up a GoFundMe account or a Kickstarter. It's like setting up a personal fundraising page, a peer-to-peer fundraising page for your organization. They can go live, tell their story, share why they're supporting the organization, share what they're going to be doing. This is great if you have something like St. Baldrick's where people shave their head, or if you have someone training for a marathon or a dance-a-thon or a swim-a-thon, whatever a-thon, you might have. Or someone could just say, hey, I'm trying to raise $1,000 for the wonderful local nonprofit that we have here, and I'm going to be doing 100 push-ups. I don't know, whatever it is. It has to be something to keep people, obviously, on the live video. But your individual people can create their own fundraisers, go live, and then look, one person donated to my 22 push-ups challenge. This person, just donated, and then how it gives a little thermometer of how far they are along. If you are having a year-end fundraising campaign, or even something for Giving Tuesday, this is a really great idea, because these people, first of all, you have to give them a lot of resources in the beginning and maybe training and get them excited about it. But if they like Facebook Live and they're willing to raise money for you, rather than just setting up a boring old page, which they do anyway, this is just a great way to get even more engagement. And I would love to see one of my friends do this. I'm actually excited to give to something like this. I just have not seen it come up in my personal newsfeed. I should probably do it and experiment with it first, right? So maybe I will do that. I just had my birthday, but I could see doing something like maybe 22 push-ups. I don't know. Something like that. I don't think I could even do 22 push-ups. But that's all to say, great way if you're doing year-end fundraising, Giving Tuesday, to really encourage donations online through storytelling. And number 10 is, of course, acknowledging and thanking people. Thank you to everyone supporting patients like Marco. What I love about this is it doesn't really tell Marco's story, but it gives a name, it gives a face, it gives a really great image. You're going to click on over to their website for more information, and it's very specific. So tell those stories, get that interest from people, but also have a specific ask. We still need 257 more people. That seems very doable. If I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, we just need 257 more people to unlock a $50,000 matching gift. And, we could talk about matching gifts all day, but a matching gift is wonderful to have because it creates that sense of urgency. It creates that sense of like, I have to give now. I'm not going to wait till the end of the year. But I just loved this language. I loved how a picture really is worth 1,000 words and can tell a story about the organization's work and what they do. So it's 12:28. I'm going to give you some homework. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments box. I'm going to read Anne's comment because I think it's very important. And I do cover that issue in my webinar. As a consultant, we always remind clients when using a donate button, it's important to keep track of donations that come from out of the home state. Oh, yes, not registered means fines. By the way, I just did a workshop with a local law firm on all about online fundraising and making sure you're registered. So that's a completely different topic. And maybe Anne would like to come on my little Facebook Live show and talk about being registered because it's incredibly important. What I thought she was going to say about the donate button, registration is completely important, is it's hard to get information about your donors from the donate button. And that's a completely separate topic. Facebook does not always provide you with the information that you want. People have to check a box and say that they have to check a box and say that they are, willing to give their email address. So beyond, making sure you're registered in every state, if you are going to do any kind of online fundraising, email fundraising, I think, Anne, correct me if I'm wrong, even if you have a donate button on your website, because I could be from Maryland and your organization could be in Oklahoma and I could donate to you. So clearly that's another topic to talk about, but just make sure you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. I'm always assuming that you guys do. I'm assuming you got it together before you're doing your online fundraising campaign. Homework, commit to implement 3 of the 10 storytelling examples. Just 3. You could do all 10, but commit to 3. Fill out the worksheet that I sent you in your email, or fill it out, grab it right there. Commit to filling that out. And then be sure to let us know which 3 you picked. I would love to even see screenshots or some kind of example. If you'd like to link to that, feel free to link to your website, your Facebook page. If you have something that you feel would be helpful to the group, an example of using digital storytelling in your online fundraising, then, please come on over to the group and show us. So like I said, upcoming lessons. Next week, we're going to fill out the calendar with all of these ideas. I'm super excited about that. And then if you want to, just, check out my book. If you have more questions for me, make sure to post them. I will get right back to you. I'm also on Twitter. My website's also jcsocialmarketing.com. And I really hope you enjoyed this training. And I look forward to seeing you next week, week 5 of Storytelling Summer School, where we talk about how to fill in the digital storytelling calendar. All right. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend. Terry, have fun on the Jersey Shore. Take care. Bye.